So let me ask you a couple of questions. Do you think the type of food that you eat has an impact on your health? If so, if I regularly eat processed foods and fast foods versus if I eat natural, healthy foods, fruits and vegetables, things like that, is one of those choices going to make a difference if I do that repeatedly over time? And I think both of us would agree if I'm eating more natural foods, I'm going to look better, I'm going to feel better. How about exercise? If you exercise on a regular basis, you do some type of physical activity on a regular basis, versus if you're mostly sedentary, not working out or not being physically active, over time doing those activities is one going to make you look and feel healthier than the other. And of course, I think we would both agree, again, that we would feel better and look better if we regularly exercise. Those are very obvious questions. But what about stress? If you are regularly in a high stress state, you're stressed about your job, your relationships, your financial situation, you have this high degree of stress on a regular basis, versus, doesn't mean that you don't have challenges, but most days you wake up and go, hey, I've got these challenges, I've got these things going on, but I feel pretty good, I feel pretty relaxed, I'm pretty excited about my life. Is one of those approaches to life going to get you a different result? Are you going to feel and look differently, one versus the other? And again, hopefully you would agree with me on that one, because the research clearly shows us if we're in a high stress state on a regular basis, we're going to be more likely to gain weight, we're going to be more likely to get depressed, anxious, develop things like heart disease and cancer. But I think this is, other than taking care of the spine and nervous system, I think this is one of the biggest overlooked areas when it comes to health, because I think most people don't think you can do anything about this, meaning, hey, my life is just stressful. I'm in a stressful period right now. And we're going to have challenges. We're going to have setbacks. And I would say to change your view on stress, because stress can really drive us to do really good things in our life. It can cause us to take action, right? If we have zero stress whatsoever, we're probably actually going to be unhappy, believe it or not. So I want you to think about, how do we train, let's say, a firefighter? How do they go into a burning building, even though it's a scary situation? Well, they train for it. They train over and over and over. Or a soldier that's going into battle, even though there's a lot of risk with that situation, they may actually even die. How do they move forward and actually go into battle? They train over and over and over. So you can actually train your brain to adapt and respond better to stress. You may have financial stress, you may have health challenges, you may have health challenges in your family, which can be really stressful. Just talking to my in-laws last night about somebody I know that had to take care of one of their family members that's sick. That's a lot of stress. And so it doesn't mean we're not going to have challenges in life, but we can change the way we look at those things and how we respond to those things. And there's lots of research on this, and there's lots of options you can do. But the key is you've got to train yourself. This isn't something that's going to happen just by happen chance or just saying, hey, I'm just going to choose to be less stressed. You've got to actually train for it. Okay, so training could be 5 minutes a day or 10 or 15 minutes a day. It doesn't take a lot of time to do, and there's a lot of options. So for me, I do meditation, visualization, and breathing. I do it every single day, and it's helped me tremendously. But there's an endless list of options. There's all sorts of mindfulness. There's all sorts of apps that you can do. The key is to pick one. And by the way, if you want help with this, please let me know. I'd love to talk about this stuff. I'd be happy to help you with this. But pick one area you're going to start with and stick with it for 30 days. And start with 1 minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes a day. Keep it really small to begin with so you can develop that habit. If you choose meditation, just know in the beginning, it can be really challenging. It can feel really challenging. And people think they're doing it the wrong way because like, oh, as soon as I close my eyes and start to meditate, my mind just starts going crazy. I'm like, well, that's kind of what it's designed to do. So that's what you're trying to do as part of the process. Just like when I first started working out, I was really sore and stiff. Well, that's part of the process. So don't be afraid of that. Don't be alarmed that you don't feel like you're doing it right. If you're just taking the time to do it, then you're doing it right, okay? Or you can do breathing, but pick something that you can do. You can do a form of mindfulness while you're going for your walk. You can incorporate into that. So again, if you want questions on this or have questions on this, please let me know. But just know that you can train your brain to respond differently to stress. And the cool thing about this, again, you're going to massively lower your risk of disease. You're going to feel better. You're going to have better energy. It's going to improve your relationships, your financial situation. It will improve every area of your life. I can just tell you this from experience. So again, if you have questions on this, please let me know. Remember too, again, with everything else with your health, it is a process, not an event. And it just keeps getting better and better the longer that you do it.